Okay, I have this fucking camera. All right, let me show you actually. There's a camera. I set it up 1.5 hours ago, and then I tried to connect it to my computer so I can watch myself, because that's what I've realized. I need to watch something, myself or an audience, if I have to create content, if I have to speak on the camera and have my thoughts transferred to someone. And right now, this someone is just looking at me, myself. After 1.5 hours of overthinking, I just decided to be like, fuck it, I'll record on my phone. Fuck the camera. But of course, we need good audio. So this is the good audio. So what are we going to talk about today? The first thing I want to talk about is AI. Is AI killing creativity? This was a question from Instagram. The second topic, this is actually the meat of the video, is how to overcome your phone addiction. How I have overcome my phone addiction. I'm still not out of it, but I have a system to take care of it. You probably have felt it, like it just disgusts you when you cross the line and you're hooked on your phone for hours and hours. Topic number 3, are we living in a democracy or a dictatorship? Short answer, we are living in a dictatorship, but we'll get to that later. So is AI killing creativity? Just yesterday, I was talking to my cousin about a film that he wants to produce, and we were discussing like the pros and cons of creating a film using AI versus creating a film using traditional methods like actors and sets and locations and cameras. There's pros and cons of each. Now, I've been making films for like a decade now, so I love the process. To be honest, the very core intent of me becoming a filmmaker is to grab a camera and be able to travel. Be able to see other cultures, be able to meet new people. The analog world is the reason I started making films. I don't think, at least for now, I don't have any motivation to create like a story using AI filmmaking techniques. But so the discussion was about, he wants to make a film, a 10-minute long film. So I was telling him, making a film, it's going to be hard either ways. Let's talk about the traditional way. You're going to need a camera, you're going to need lights, you're going to need actors, you're going to need a set, you're going to need to travel to these locations if you're shooting outdoors. You're going to need supporting actors. It's just going to be like a whole operation, right? Versus making a film using AI, you can sit on your ass with your laptop, open up Higgsfield, and basically just with one tool, you can do everything you want. But of course, I recommend using multiple tools, because Midjourney is better in creating reference images. Higgsfield will animate it. You go to 11 Labs for your voice. So this is going to be easier in terms of logistics, but the number of prompts you need to feed to get the shots you want, and the character consistency and the location consistency is going to be a fucking nightmare. You're going to need thousands and thousands of prompts to make a 10-minute film. Off the top of my head, 50,000 prompts. I'm saying a prompt and then a revised prompt to fine-tune what you want, things like that. It's going to take a nightmarish amount of work on your laptop to make a 10-minute film. So what I'm saying is, AI is not killing creativity. AI is enabling a certain kind of filmmaker. AI is enabling a lot of creating, especially if you look at the example of like Varun Maya. He has his AI avatar doing all the work. For that kind of person who's dissipating knowledge, this is like a fucking cheat code. You don't even have to be present. You don't have to be dressed. You don't have to be under the lighting. You don't have to maintain your voice. You can be sick and the videos still keep pumping out. So for that kind of an industry, AI is a fucking boon. But AI slop, which is already here and it's simply going to grow, AI slop that's where we have to draw the line, whether we want to subscribe to it, whether we want to watch it, whether we want to engage with it. Because AI slop, as the name suggests, is slop. It's not fun. It might seem fun to some people, but the only AI slop I've seen is on YouTube and Instagram. And as soon as I identify anything, it might have 2 million likes, but I won't watch it. The moment I spot that it's an AI, I'm just scroll up. I don't want to engage with it. There was a video of a wolf bringing her pup to a human, and the human protects the pup or something like that. This is obviously fake. This is giving us delusions about wildlife. I don't want to engage with it. So AI does have the capacity to fry your brains and kill your creativity if you allow it. But then I also believe in this other concept, wherein the more AI gets popular, the more human art will become more popular, more valuable. And I actually bought a domain called actuallyhuman.com or .org a year or two ago. It expired and I forgot to renew it, and someone's taken it. And now I have certainlyhuman.com, wherein I want to feature human-made art, human creativity. But I don't know when I'll get to it. This is one of those many side projects that I have. Certainlyhuman.com or .org, I'm not sure. I think I built a landing page for it. Hold on. Oh, it's right here. Certainlyhuman.com. Art that connects us all. I've built some random landing page using the basic features in GoDaddy, but I'll get to it. So the answer to that question is AI definitely can kill creativity if you allow it to. What was the second topic? Oh, the phone. All of us are addicted to our phones. We all need to invent ways to counter this addiction. All of us know that we should be scrolling less, but our minds are not capable to let us know that we should be stopping addiction. So what I've done is I've devised a few things. Number one, from 9 p.m. to 11 a.m., all my social apps get disabled. For iPhone users, this is actually a hack. I've set up a shortcut. Whenever I open Instagram, that's the trigger. It takes me to my homepage. That's the shortcut. And I've programmed that shortcut to run during a certain focus mode. And this focus mode is active from 9 p.m. to 11 a.m. So at 9 o'clock every evening, this focus mode gets activated. And after it gets activated, if I try to open any of these social media apps, it takes me back to my home screen. That is one thing, the focus mode. The second thing is at about 1 o'clock, my sleeping time is 2:30. Around 1 o'clock, my screen goes red. There's a color filter. It activates at about 1 o'clock, I think 1:15, and stays like that till 10 o'clock in the morning. My screen is just red, so it's not really pleasurable to look at. These are kind of actual roadblocks to using my phone. Takes me out of that funk. If I'm browsing or if I'm trying to browse and suddenly the screen goes red, it's like, it's not fun. So that is the other thing. And I've started using Do Not Disturb a lot. I've realized that there's basically nothing that is an emergency. I have some people listed so that they are the exceptions to Do Not Disturb, but there's basically no emergency situation, especially related to work. Maybe it's just being around in this industry for so many years. I've realized that nothing is more important than your peace of mind. The client is waiting, the video needs to be delivered. All of that can be managed. Doesn't mean that you deliver later than the timeline. You maintain those timelines, but you don't have to be on call 24/7. You don't have to make it like crazy for yourself. So Do Not Disturb is your best friend. So focus modes, color filters, Do Not Disturb, use it as much as possible. On a side note, I don't know if you noticed, this shirt is quite unusual. Oh, I got this shirt stitched from the local tailor. It's like this really baggy Japanese style shirt. It's actually very long, like it's like a kurta, and it's very, very like super fluffy, like oversized Pro Max. And I'm trying to find my personal style, and I have a certain list of requirements wherein like anything I wear, I don't want it to cling to me no matter in which direction I move or what posture I am in. I don't want clothes to cling to me. That is one thing. The other thing is, if I lift my hand like this, I don't want it to come up above my waistline and then you have this belly visible. Not that I'm ashamed of it, but it's just, I don't like unintentional exposed belly. I don't mind being shirtless or whatever. Third one, I want it to be really earthy. Fabric is pure cotton. This is not just like fabric. This is actually 2 lungis. I ordered 2 black lungis and I've washed them first and then took it to the tailor and told him, I gave him a drawing. And then he stitched this shirt. I don't have the confidence to wear it on the streets yet because it's kind of weird. It's kind of like unusual. So I'm doing it on camera and I'm wearing it at home and trying to be comfortable with it. This is like this journey of finding my personal style. So we got distracted. What was the third one? Oh, the third one. Are we living in a dictatorship or a democracy? Politics is a topic that I really tried to avoid for a long time. I know these are dirty games. I know there's corruption everywhere. I know it's all a game of rowdyism and tricking the opposition, tricking the general public, making as much money as possible for yourself, taking as much power for yourself as possible. That's politics. I've never watched the news. I'm not into politics at all. But in the recent months, it has become more and more clear where we are living, what we are living in. I found the most simple explanation, which will answer your question of whether it is a democracy or a dictatorship. Imagine a diagram. We say we're living in a democracy where every voice matters, right? But then they have the powers, suo moto, to take independent decisions without ever inviting or hearing the other person's perspective. They can have basically total authority over any decision and they can pass it. Okay, if you think this is unfair, as a democracy, you can go out and protest, right? You can protest for them to take back this unfair decision. But then when you protest, if they don't like it, they can install a curfew. You cannot protest when they announce a curfew. So where was this democracy in the first place? If they can do whatever they want and silence you at any step, legally, it's built into the system, was there ever a democracy in the first place?